Welcome to Living from Crypto with your hosts Tom and Jeremy.
Yeah. So as you can see across most of the markets today, we're actually quite flat, little down. The King is down 1%, but market cap still, it's over 550 billion. We're heading up towards 600 billion, and as you can see across the altcoin markets, it's actually a lot of movement on EOS there on your EOS, and Tron up in the top there, which that's at 5%. And then we've got the biggest gainer over in the middle there, which is VeChain is that project that I'm not entirely familiar with. But yeah, today is doing fantastic, up 25%.
Yeah, I'm not, honestly, I'm not that familiar with it either. And same with Tron. I just haven't been interested to read about it. I've heard a lot of negative reviews about it, and I shouldn't agree with negative when I don't really know. I haven't done my own research, so that's probably on my list today to look into Ven and Tron.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm impartial towards them, and I think there's definitely money to be made there. NXT, you can see it shining there, shining green in the middle of the grid there, just to your left. I don't know if you can see it there. NXT, that's another buy. It's green just in the middle of your screen there.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, NXT there. Yeah, that one. I don't know how much is that up at the moment. If you click on it, do you see it? Yeah. So, wow, up 18%. Yeah. NXT was something that a lot of people were getting excited about before the crash. If you could zoom out this chart here, you see that it's actually descending from a much larger high, and a lot of people holding the bag on NXT might be hurting a bit at the moment. But I think there's a recovery there, and I believe NXT is a strong project for an altcoin. Lightning Network here, yeah, it's out in the wild. Here's some tweets. So here's a screenshot of him running a Lightning node and receiving Lightning transactions. I believe I've been seeing a few tweets over the last few days, various people saying they're running Lightning nodes, or they're paying for things, and it's working instantly and very, very totally free. I think there's no transaction fees.
Wow.
So yeah.
Well, how long do you think until we see our major exchanges running on the Lightning Network?
I'm really not sure. I mean, we're starting to see, I think, some. If you go onto one of the other tweets I sent over there, I think we're seeing the mempool starting to close down on much smaller transaction fees of only 70 satoshis. So yeah, what's really happening is apparently more integration with the newer wallet, SegWit wallets, and updating. Here are we heading to 1 or 2 byte sats a byte. Here 20 or 30 satoshis a byte. Transactions are now getting confirmed. Bitcoin is scaling. SegWit. What a lot of people are speculating is it's the larger exchanges implementing SegWit and batching. Here's someone's asking how much is that down to SegWit and batching versus just spam being cut off from the network. So yeah, I mean, we wait and see what's really going to happen. Remember, this was one of the main bearish narratives on Bitcoin. Bitcoin can't scale, they used to say. They said, it can't grow, it's reached its limits, it will never work. And I think that's nonsense. But we'll wait and see what's really happening. There's lots of solutions being cooked up for this. We have the Lightning Network, we've had SegWit, and of course we've had the fork resulting in Bitcoin Cash, which is a different approach entirely, which is to increase the block size, which of course has caused massive debate between the two camps. So we'll wait to see what's really happening. Bitcoin Cash, remember, some big players in there hyper bullish on that. A lot of people sold their Bitcoin and moved over to Bitcoin Cash. That trade may still be going on. I think so as well. You know, I think there's a slight fight between camps, and in a lot of traders' minds, how much of my portfolio should I allocate to just Bitcoin, and how much to Bitcoin Cash, or how much to altcoins. So
yeah, I mean, I'm a believer if Bitcoin Cash can do what it says it can do. So I don't want to get too deep into that, but if it can say, if it does what it says, then you know, right now we're seeing high transaction prices or rates with transferring Bitcoin, congested, slow transfers.
Right.
So if it can fix that, I'm all for it. But I don't think so far.
Yeah, I mean, but we've tried it in the wild, haven't we? I mean, have you sent some Bitcoin Cash between wallets at some point, or have you just bought on? Yeah, no, you've done it.
Yeah, I've sent it.
How was the experience? Was it faster than sending Bitcoin? Was it, how?
To be honest, it was about the same time. You know, it took about the same time, and it was, if I recall, it's probably not the best case scenario, but what I did was I transferred from my Exodus wallet to my Coinbase account. To see.
Yeah.
From Coinbase over to GDAX. So, yeah, that was.
So the hype is, Bitcoin Cash may be faster than Bitcoin. I transfer between exchanges a little bit, because I do a little bit of local arbitrage, and I got to say, if I was trying to jump on a trade, and it's like a train leaving, isn't it? You want funds in the account quicker. If I want to open a margin long or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
I would probably want to send it over with Bitcoin or Litecoin.
I do Litecoin, and I pretty much do Litecoin. Way cheaper fees.
It's cheaper fees. It's fast.
It's fast.
So I think a lot of this narrative, when people see this, being wound up by various commentators, always, do an acid test. Move your funds. Use crypto. Send it to other wallets. See how fast is it. Is this really true? Does it cut the mustard? Because a lot of people like to say Bitcoin Cash is way faster. This coin is a lot faster than another one, but
I haven't seen that personally.
Yeah.
What I have seen though is, and I don't know if this is just because, I don't know the real reasoning why. I think it has to do with the consolidation of many micropayments in Bitcoin. As we talked about before, when you're getting many micropayments in Bitcoin into Exodus, the mining fee to get that out is
astronomical. Yeah, it's a real kick in the gut, isn't it? Yeah, you mine all of that out, and then you got to pay. I believe it stung you $60 or something. You were saying one day. Right?
Well, I transferred. I remember I transferred a couple thousand. It was like $400 fee.
Wow.
Transfer maybe $6-7 grand out.
It's not no Western Union or Swift charges, is it? It's quite a chunk of change.
Yeah, I was surprised until I complained to the guys from Exodus, and they were saying it's all miners. It's nothing to do with them, and it has to do with the micropayments coming in and being consolidated into one and going out. If you were to get that one payment of say $6K coming into Exodus and then going out, it'd be a lot less. I don't know. I didn't try it because I've never had one payment of $6K come into Exodus and try to transfer that right out. I may try that sometime, but with the micropayments. I've done that.
No, you don't pay much at all. No, for sure. I can verify for that. I can vouch for that.
So that's the problem. It's micropayments coming in, and we're talking micropayments anywhere from 87 cents all the way up to
you're gonna get killed, man. You need to do all of that in a derivative, one of these altcoins, like we were just talking Litecoin or Ethereum or Dash or something. And then you just convert all that back to buy a Bitcoin on a dip.
Yeah, even $50. I get on a daily basis, I get $50-$60 in Bitcoin. And even to transfer that, I'm gonna get hit hard. And I actually moved it over to blockchain.info, thinking it might be a better deal over there. No, it's still.
No, I don't think so. It's not. No. This isn't something that is in the hands of Exodus to fix, or they would fix it. This
specifically.
It's not. Changing your wallet's not going to fix it. It's not a defect there. The problem is essentially in, how the miners are paying out. Like you said, micropayment, and that then has to be consolidated by the network. And it's actually the Bitcoin network is costing that much transaction fees. It's nothing to do with the wallet provider.
Yeah, I learned that. I figured it out. I couldn't figure out what it was, and I mistakenly thought it was. It had nothing to do with that.
So yeah, so mining payouts then, I mean, essentially, that could be getting better if
Well, I
yeah,
switched. I had to switch to Litecoin and to Bitcoin
so mining
Cash.
Litecoin
And
instead, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Bitcoin Cash is gonna hit me with the same fee. I haven't done
Well, we'll find. I guess we'll find out in the next quarter. Right? That will
definitely. I'll do a test. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
let's move on to the next.
What news have we got then? I remember you were saying there's some FUD out.
Oh yeah, there's definitely. We have. So we got this guy right here.
What a headline on
Yeah.
CNBC. These guys, 90% of Bitcoin's value could get wiped out. Wall Street veteran Peter Bukva warns.
Yeah. Let's see what he has to say.
Let's see what he has to say. Yeah, it's a video, eh?
Yeah. Let's hear this.
I'm reading a quote there down the page, and that is, yeah. He's an investment officer at Bleakley. I guess he takes quite a bleak look at things, huh?
How low do you think Bitcoin can go?
What a question.
I think over time, Bitcoin's going to be around for a long time, but the price itself, I would be surprised
warning, huh?
if over the next year is down to 1 to 3,000.
Okay. Cryptocurrency is obviously on the forefront lately. You know, people are concerned about the fact that these could implode, that they could take the stock market down with them. What are your thoughts?
Oh, sorry. CPU power can't handle that.
Matt.
Well, I think that would just be more psychological. I think from an economic standpoint, it's not something that really is that relevant in a $19 trillion economy. Now, maybe in South Korea and Japan, where, and even in the U.S., where people are taking on credit card debt to buy coins, yeah, they're going to be necessarily impacted. But I think we have to look at it more broadly in the sense that the central bank bubble manifested itself in many different places, and just recently, cryptocurrencies. So if cryptocurrencies roll over and collapse, then maybe that's a sign that the risk-taking attitude of investors is changing. Maybe that's because of monetary tightening that's intensifying this year. Maybe it's because of the rise we're seeing in interest rates. So I look at it more of a symbol of speculative behavior in and on the downside and what that means. But from a pure economic standpoint, I don't see it having a major impact if the price of Bitcoin continued to decline.
Is there anybody?
Okay, interesting. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's someone's take on it, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to speculate that heavy on
You
Bitcoin
can't, yeah.
going that low. Interesting.
Well, it would need a serious change in market conditions. We can't just trade the thing on technicals because it was trading there last year. It's not enough to go on. Yeah, like it would need mass sell-off. We have a futures market now.
Yeah, it's too hard
really,
to
they would
say.
go so long on it. I mean, yeah, I know. Yeah. It's getting interesting. We have more of a market terrain emerging, whereas like before we were overly Bitcoin heavy. You know, back last year, Bitcoin was basically everything, and yeah, there was. I mean, I remember I was buying into crypto last year. It was like, yeah, what should I buy? Like, it was either buy Bitcoin or yeah, there was Ethereum and Dash, but yeah, Bitcoin was like the one to get. Whereas now it's like investors are presented with quite a smorgasbord of options, right?
So I wonder if we're ever gonna. I shouldn't say this, but I just don't think we're ever gonna see Bitcoin dominance at 90% again, with all these.
I don't think so. I don't think it would be healthy either to see it that high. It's one of the reasons I was a sideliner, like observing for those, that recovery period and like watching the markets through 2014 and 15, and then sort of started to get more of a position in coming in as we saw the price really take off, because before trading gold was more of like a return. And this also brings me on to another point just quickly, is that I think there is gold traders entering into Bitcoin since the rally. I think it's become very interesting for people from different trading backgrounds, and because of that, I think we're going to see a much tougher market this year. Like there'll be a lot of profit to be made, but I think for the weak hands, people who want to make the quick riches and this kind of stuff that they were making last year in an environment where they felt they can't lose because it was this hyper bull market, yeah, they could get caught out by a ranging market and get worried and panic sell because like it goes to a new lower range, which is all just a psych out. It's all, I mean, when you really look at this thing, if someone is buying and investing millions of dollars and buying Bitcoin at 15K, yeah, they're not going to panic sell all of that at 8K when it dumps. No, they're going to buy more.
Yeah.
Right? But for the retail investors who are buying on credit cards, they will buy the high and they will sell on the low because they freak out. And we see it all over the place. And this is great news for institutional investors because it makes a really easy market. You can just keep bullying the price down, so to speak, by like pinging it down and selling down into it and finding, you know, where is the support. And when the support comes, they'll come and they will buy tons of it. Whether or not that will be on Bitcoin or it will be on Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, you know, it's debatable. Like where that move will come. I think people are playing all of the markets. They're pushing around in them. They're seeing where is the support, where is the resistance, you know, how far can they inflate these things. Bitcoin itself, if it, you know, to go above a third is yes, when it's starting to get a little bit topping out maybe, and when it's around a third of the market dominance, that's where we look to enter. If it goes below that, much below that, I would really say that Bitcoin is undervalued because, you know, still at the moment Bitcoin is, you know, its highest market cap, it gives the best return, so it's the, you know, it's the safest bet, I'd say. There's still plenty of other great projects out there. Dash, NEM, Monero, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum. They all make a fantastic return. They make great money mining. So being diversified or just picking one of them, you know, that's your, you know.
Yeah, we got to do an episode later on with kind of our picks and our allocation of where we are at.
Absolutely,
you know, I
yeah.
get a lot of questions about, you know, how much should I put in Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin, or how should I spread out my allocation? So
exactly, yeah. What a question. I mean, yeah. I think, you know, Bitcoin for me is always at least half the portfolio, maybe even 60% at times, because
I have about 60, 70 in Bitcoin.
The rest of the market does mirror its movement, so it's kind of like trading an index. It's your safest bet, really. You know, like if Bitcoin moves, everything else moves. Yeah. So you can't really beat it, you can't really game it. Although occasionally we see, you know, something moved so low. Actually, when Bitcoin's going down, we see those are getting pumped up, or people are buying into that because of new news, new releases. You've got to stay agile. It's not always these rules. You know, these are observations. It doesn't have to be a strict rule you adhere to. There are some caveats with it, and like we're seeing with the new phone blockchain that's coming out there. What's that? Sirin Labs. Yeah, today that's getting the hype. That's getting majorly bid. Tomorrow it might get majorly bid again. It might get put on some watch list, and maybe we see a bull rally, you know, develop for a few days. It doesn't mean it's going to stay at that price forever. That means, you know, natural market, they will take profit, it will come back, and we will continue again. So don't get caught out buying the high and selling the low. That's all I can say to listeners is, you know, make sure you know you're making profit on your trades.
Watch the market and look at it.
Don't freak out, you know, and just here we have it. You know, it's ticking over. Market cap's 568 billion now, and you know,
so
we're moving.
We are moving, definitely. And I kind of switched it up today and put on Live Coin Watch instead of CoinMarketCap.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the market seems a little bit more. Earlier this morning when I looked at it, it was all red. So it looks like we're. Well, then again, I looked at CoinMarketCap, so that's probably why. If
you switch off the Korean market stuff for 1 second,
I did. It's off now. If I put it back on, I turn it off.
Okay, it was off then. Let's see how much volume is there. Okay, so off and on the actual market cap in Korea, just turn it off again. So it was 577. Okay. Yeah, turn it off now. Okay. 568. So what is all the news hyping about? Is it really only that much of the market cap now? It only accounts for what was that? That's 11 billion or so. not 10 billion. That's all, and then
Yeah.
that's all this FUD catches onto. When Korea makes a move, it makes the whole market.
Well, there was a lot of headlines today when CoinMarketCap, took out that equation there of counting. Well, the problem is they didn't tell anyone.
So what happened there, Jed? So CoinMarketCap excluded
excluded all
Korea
Korean markets without mentioning it to anyone. So
No, they put a star next to it, right? That's been like that for a while. That happened yesterday, though.
No, that happened last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, not yesterday.
And that shit people up because
Yes.
yes. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, that's
old news, but it definitely caused some fear and people. We saw a little bit of a sell-off.
The markets are twitchy, because they don't have a veritable news source. So they're reading the mainstream media and it's telling them this like nonsense, like buy, oh sell. It's just getting them in a frenzy. There's no there's no voice of calm. It's just just enjoy your investments. Buy the low, sell the high, enjoy your day, don't freak out, and pick projects you believe in. There it is there, VeChain. There it is there, 20 on the list now. And it's like, Ethereum Classic has more than doubled recently. If people have been holding that, I've been mining Ethereum Classic.
Look at that.
And look at VeChain today. Great performer, yeah. Up
that just popped out of nowhere.
In the last, I didn't hear much about this. It's got look at the volume in the last 24 hours. There's $351 million flying around. So
wow.
Yeah, there's lots of good things going on in the market still.
I gotta read the white paper here. What do you know in a nutshell? What is
I don't off the top of my head, Jed. No, I don't. I just know it's a mover today. I seen it there on the heat.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a look at it afterwards.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see if it's an alt or another. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a fork or what it is, but it's definitely moving. So yeah.
All right. Well, that was a good recap of today. Stay tuned for either tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll be back with more shortly.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. If you guys have any questions, leave comments below, and we'll do our best to get back to you.
All right.